Thank you for joining us today. Today, it's my great honor to host this interview with our honored guest, Professor Mustafa Sağsan, Director of Graduate School of Social Sciences, Director of Knowledge Management Research Center, Chair of Department of Knowledge Management, and Editor of Near East University's Journal of Social Sciences. Hello, Professor. How are you today?
Hello. I'm fine. Thank you. How about you?
Thank you. It's my great honor and our whole team honor today to have a live video with you. We would like to ask you some frequently asked questions by our prospective students and current students, as well as we would like to hear some information exactly about the Graduate School of Social Sciences. Starting, can you briefly please introduce yourself? How did your life path lead you to Near East University? And of course, how is it going to be a very, very important part of our Near East University family and of course, Graduate School of Social Sciences?
Yeah, okay. First of all, let me to tell my pleasure to invite me and to bring me a chance to both introduce our Graduate School of Social Sciences in the frame of the Near East University. My gratitude for all of the users and the listeners for today's webinar. We cannot call it as seminar anymore. Very brief information about myself is I have graduated from Library and Information Science at Ankara University, and my master is on information policy in the same university as well. And I received my PhD from Başkent University in Ankara again in management and organization science. And it was a co-partnership program with the Columbia University. And I have got back to from Başkent University to here in 2010, and before coming back, I applied 3 universities for working in Cyprus, which are what my expectations about applying the universities for working in Cyprus is too close to my village that I live and I'm living, and the nearest university was quickly respond me to hire me. That's why I have joined to this big family in 2010.
Excellent. Could you give some information in general about Graduate School of Social Sciences?
Yeah, of course. As far as I know, Graduate School of Social Sciences has established in 2008, and I am directing it since 2015. And there are some 42 masters and the PhD programs operating under the Graduate School of Social Sciences umbrella with 3 different languages. English language occupies the large scales of teaching, then Turkish language is the second. And finally, we have added the new language as Arabic, which is taking the 3rd position on teaching in our graduate schools.
Okay, that's great. May you present the academic staff of the school?
Yeah, of course. Well, maybe I can start statistically to give some information about the academic staff. As far as I remember, because I'm not counting them day by day, because we are growing up day by day at the Near East University. The last time I have counted the numbers of the academic staff statistically, it was 144 academics are there in our school, teaching from a variety of fields like clinical psychology. I am also giving the name of the programs in my graduate schools: clinical psychology, art and design, banking and finance, economics, media and communication studies, political science, international relations, public law, private law, business, English language and literature, Turkish language and literature, and Arabic language and rhetoric, which was the new one, and human resources management, European Union relations, marketing, tourism and hotel management, innovation and knowledge management, and finally, security studies, which is the last program currently added into our graduate school. So there are, as far as I remember, 42 master and the PhD programs operating under our umbrella.
That's a very big number.
Yes, I think we are the biggest graduate schools in the nearest university, apart from the Graduate School of Applied Sciences, Graduate School of Health Sciences, Graduate School of Educational Sciences.
Okay, thank you for your information. May you share with us? May you share with us your priorities as the director of the Social Sciences School?
Yeah, of course. Our priorities has taken the huge capacity of our opportunities as well. For example, the fairness is the first for me because we are paying attention for advocating justice among the graduate and postgraduate students. That's why advocating the fairness is the first for me. And the second one is equality. Providing equality among both the programs and the students are our intensive management style, because if you are not going to keep or to provide the equality among the programs or the graduate and the postgraduate students, I don't think so that you are going to have a chance to construct a very well management style in your graduate schools or your organization as well. And the equality is the second important priority for me. I am telling for me because these are my opinion. And the third one is, of course, I should consider to taking the accountability as well. For example, if we are paying more and more attention about the petition letter of the students, if they have any complaint or they would like to give feedback to us, we are always opening from these sites to get their petition letter or complaining letter to us. So there is a box in front of our graduate school secretariat office that they can have a chance to put their petition letters without indicating their name and surname as well. So this means that we are taking the accountability very importantly. And my last priority, I can say honestly, is transparency. To become a transparent against to both the students and the programs are also taking very important position in the directorate position of the graduate schools, because to become a transparent is bringing a large number of students into your graduate schools. That's why very intrinsically and spontaneously I am calling to any students that I am seeing within the corridor in the building that how are you? What are you doing? I'm just trying to get close the contact with them within an informal way, because if I am going to introduce myself as I am the director of the graduate schools, I don't believe that they are going to pay attention to my, what can I say, my request or what I would like to get from them about the operation of the graduate school's work. That's why very spontaneously I am asking, what are you looking for? Let me share my memories that I have lived in the beginning of this semester. You know, because we are staying in the office till 8 o'clock after finishing out the when we were giving the traditional education systems. I do not mean the distance learning. And one student was looking for the professors who has to attend the lecture. And very spontaneously, I asked, what are you looking for? And she couldn't find out the number of the class, and I helped her. And after 2 or 3 weeks, she realized that I was the director, because she came to the graduate schools to solve any problem. And she told me that, oh my goodness, professor, I didn't know that you were the director of the graduate schools and so on. That's why the transparency also is to become a transparent to the students is also very important for managing the graduate schools as well.
That's very nice. That's very nice, Professor. Thank you. Would you introduce some advantages for studying at our Graduate School of Social Science compared with other universities, especially from the international students' perspective?
I would like to integrate these questions with the reputation of the nearest university facilities, if you let me, because the most advantage is coming from the large amount of the nearest university facilities. We should consider this reality, because you know that we are representing the 5th generation university characteristic nowadays as a nearest university. For this reason, I would like to share some theoretical information about what made the 5th generation of the universities in the international arena. You know, about the goal of the universities for the 1st generation was concentrating on the education only. But when we come to the 2nd generation university, with respect to the education, we added the research near to education. That's why education and the research facilities are including the 2nd generation universities characteristic. But the 3rd is education, research, and utilization of the knowledge as well. And the 4th generation universities are coming from both integrating with the local government and the local facilities as well. So you have to hire a local academic staff in your organization to share their own specific culture. We can call it as emic culture rather than the ethic culture. That's why universities are the biggest representations of transmitting their cultures to the next generations. What I strongly believe that. And for this reason, the 4th generation universities has to act proactively to catch up the economic developments, and they have to contribute to the macro level economic development as well. What I mean that any universities has no chance to contribute to the economic development of those countries, it means that it's nonsense. For this reason, the 5th generation, with parallel of this explanation, I should say that the 5th generation should concentrate on the technological facilities as well. I mean, they have to use the artificial intelligence systems very well, and they have to use the smart technologies as well, and the Internet of Things as well. So these are the current debates, ongoing debates, which is still discussing within the academic environment among the academic partners at the international level, that the 5th generation student should be responsible to stimulate the technological facilities both in their in-campus and out-campus characteristic facilities, I mean. That's why I would like to integrate these questions with the nearest university, of course. And the language is also is the other facilities. I must say that the teaching with 3 different languages are the second advantage, I think, in my graduate schools. So English language, Turkish language, and the Arabic language are speaking mostly in our graduate schools. That's why, so these 3 languages are the official language that we are teaching to the students, because in order to fill out the niche or to create a niche strategy in this sector, I mean the higher education sector, you have to concentrate on the other facilities apart from the language style. And maybe the other one is about having some of the important common courses. Teaching all programs are the third one, maybe you can say. For example, we have the education for learning course, research methodology, and very intensively, I should say that we have a philosophy of social science course in some of the program, which are teaching by myself, is our competitive advantage rather than the other graduate schools from the different universities in Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, I should say. For example, the education for learning and the philosophy of social science courses are creating a competitive advantage, what I believe.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Continuing about the languages, as we have noticed that more and more Arabic instructed programs are appearing in the social sciences graduate school. What other programs, and together with Arabic instructed programs, has been launched newly in the graduate school?
Okay. But I think I forget to say something about the previous questions. Let me answer it, please. The last one is about the diversification strategy of our nearest university. You know, the other universities have only the one graduate schools, which covers all the programs. But the nearest university has diversified the graduate schools into the 4 different fields, like Graduate School of Health Sciences, Graduate School of Applied Sciences, Graduate School of Educational Sciences, and the Social Sciences. And I think this diversification policy brings so many advantage to the nearest university because as far as I remember, the other programs also have so many, the directors, the graduate schools, I mean, have so many programs as well. And if you are able to diversify the sciences, apart from the core sciences, I mean, it means that you have a chance to go to search any sciences in deeply. That's why this brings most advantages to our Graduate School of Social Sciences as well. Okay, and as for, if I would like to give an answer of your question, it was about the launch newly in the department, which programs?
Yes, and also may you share with us your opinion about which programs are most promising with respect to the labor market demand, current labor market demand?
Okay. Well, I can answer these questions into 2 different perspectives as far as I answer. The first one is about the programs whose are always fashion. For example, economics is always the fashion program. Their demands are always the higher level. And the tourism and hotel management, business, and the language and the literatures program are always the popular. But you know, we are living in a highly technological environment, okay? And we cannot deny the advantages of the technological improvements. Of course, we should integrate those technological improvements with the programs as well. So by considering these demands, we already opened two new programs called Security Studies and Innovation and Knowledge Management. So the Security Studies is in Turkish language so far, but we are also trying to open the parallel language in this program, I mean in the English one. But I would like to emphasize on the Innovation and Knowledge Management Department, which is currently open. I think it was open in 2012 by myself, because my background is library and information science. And if you can let me, I can give more details about this program. But before that, I think would be better. It would be better to tell about the demands, the labor market demands. What I believe about the labor market demand, they have to create their own demand, because they are not the bachelor degree students. Excuse me, I forget your name. Can you please tell me your name again?
Ruta.
Ruta.
Yes.
Okay, Ruta, you know, these are the graduate and the postgraduate students, and
Yes.
they have a capability of creating their own facilities and own characteristic to fill out the labor demand within the industry. For this reason, I believe that they have to create their own demand, because when you need to have a job interview in any companies, if you have a lack of capacities of introducing yourselves within a highly competitive environment, I don't believe that you are going to catch a chance to catch this job position in a quickly. That's why you have to prepare very well yourself. You have to construct your level of information and knowledge in your mind, and you have to represent yourselves at the best level to be attracted by the owner of the organization, you know. So this is the critical point about creating a labor demand for the graduate and the postgraduate students, I should say.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing about innovation and knowledge management program, as you are the founder of this program, could you please introduce what does this program covers?
Okay. I have established this program in 2012. And this program brings a highly competitive advantage both to the Graduate School of Social Sciences and the Nevis University as well, because there is not such a program in any universities, both in Turkey and in Northern Cyprus, and most of the countries in the world as well. This program, there is a similar program with Stanford University, as far as I remember, and the Columbia University as well, because I didn't tell you that I got a chance to teach for 1 year in McGill University in School of Information Studies, and I have realized that the knowledge management plays a very crucial role in the highly competitive environment within the higher education industry. And I have integrated within this, integrated with this department within a multidisciplinary perspectives. So this program consists of 4 paradigms. The first and the second one includes the data and information facilities, and the other 2 of them is including the knowledge concept. What I mean about, there is a technological paradigms of this innovation and knowledge management discipline, which comes from the technological issues like systems thinking, engineering science, and so on. And there is also socio-technical paradigms, which also covers the data and information as well, just like the library science or information science or communication science. So these are the main sciences, which includes the socio-technical paradigm. And then the other 2 paradigms are within a quadrant. You can imagine that within a quadrant, and the bottom of 2 quadrant includes the data and information, and the top 2 quadrant includes the knowledge only. So the intra-organizational paradigm or inter-organizational paradigm covers the management and organization science and the business perspectives and the economics, banking and finance, and so on. And the other paradigms can be called as the humanist paradigms, which refer to the socio-psychological facilities, just like the how individual think in their mind, and how about our cognitive thinking. So we can call it as in a brain activities, what is going on in our brain activities, and how we can create a new knowledge, and what facilities stimulate us to create a new knowledge as well, and so on. That's why the humanist paradigms covers the psychological and the cognitive dimension of comprehensive knowledge management discipline.
Yes, thank you for such a great explanation of the program. I believe it really raises the motivation of the students, especially prospective students who are already considering this program. I believe it's really great program. As you explain, it covers lots of subjects, especially the ones as well, which is very popular as economics and other programs. Also, maybe get some information about accreditation of the Graduate School of Social Sciences.
Well, I think, okay, I should construct my words very well in order to explain myself. I think the word of accreditation is a buzzword for me. You know, because the quality of education does not represent to getting accreditation. Because, you know, the capitalist system in higher education creates the accreditation activities, unfortunately. In order to get membership of those programs, to accredit it as well, you must pay too much money. And they are telling you that, please do this, perform these tasks, create your own standards by aligning with our standards, and so on. That's why getting accreditation is a buzzword for me. So, because, you know, if you know what you have to do in new programs, or, for example, if you have opportunity to design a strategic plan for your program, in my opinion, no needs to get accreditation, Rita. For this reason, the quality of education, so getting accreditation is taking a very little part of the quality of education as a whole. Let me ask a questions to you. Did you know that according to the Times Higher Education Index World University Rankings in 2020, our university holds the first 101 and 200 interval position in the world in this year? So this is the most important reputation of the nearest university, then getting accreditation. I don't know if I am able to explain what I mean.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Professor. Maybe have some information during this hard time, speaking about COVID-19. I believe all the departments, all the graduate schools got really high challenge to change the education methods to the ones that was regular and we all get used to the ones through the distance, through the technology. So maybe get some information about how the online classes and especially examination was held during the spring term and it's going to continue.
Yeah, Rita, I didn't tell you that I am a member of the Scientific Committee of COVID-19 Higher Education on behalf of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. And every week, yes, and every week on Wednesday at 12 o'clock, we are having an online meeting with the other members in the direction of Ministry of Education and the YÖDAK, okay? And we are still discussing whether the online platform, so we cannot call it as online education system, we can call it as the education which is taking the digital platform, okay? So, having an online courses is a new for us. So we do not have a huge experiences on this issue. So our level of experiences is at the information level so far. Learning by doing. So without experiencing or without doing, I don't think so that we are going to have a chance to learn it. That's why we need a time to learn whether the online education advantages and disadvantages are going to be aligned with each other. That's why I cannot say that the online system is a very fantastic system for teaching anything, or I cannot say that the online system is a bad or whatever. For this reason, Of course, there is advantages and disadvantages sides of this system, but as for the examination part of the online digital platform teaching system, I can say that, honestly, I should say that the multiple choice exam design does not prefer, especially for the PhD programs, of course, because you cannot have a multiple choice exam for the PhD students. And I think in my opinion, the master degree students as well. So essay questions are used frequently, and the plus creating discussion environment into the class are preferable mostly. And the preparing presentations by identifying the specific criteria for the graduate and the postgraduate students is also or could be attractive for the students. Let me give example from my courses that I am teaching. I am giving the knowing organization course in the innovation and knowledge management program. It was a common course, so the other departments can also have a chance to take these courses, because this courses is compulsory in the innovation and knowledge management PhD program, and it is elective to the other programs. And maybe in 4 or 5 weeks or the 6 weeks, I am explaining the critical points to the students. And then week by week, I am distributing the topics to be presented by the students in the class. Okay? And then I am letting to the classmates to ask at least one question to the presenter and to give an answer. So I need to check out whether the classmates have already listened to the presenters or not. And then I am letting chance to the presenter to ask a questions to their classmates. So I just try to create a discussion environment in the class, whether to make sure they understand very well the crucial topics or not. So making presentation depends on identifying the specific criteria, because the preparing the presentations to the students is not a good idea for the bachelor degree, but master and the PhD degree, you must do it. You know why? Because of letting the candidates to explore themselves, whether they have a capability of presenting the critical issue or not, and about using the English language as well, whether they can speak fluently or not, or whether they study the complex paragraph, and if they have chance to simplify it and to transmit those information to the presenter as well, to the classmates as well. So about identifying the online class exam, the preparing the presentations could be an alternative, and always try to direct the professors themselves about creating a discussion environment into the class. That was my preferable applications on designing the exams within the online environment.
Okay, thank you, Professor. Also, for the end, I would like to ask you the question about your advice for the new applicants, because I already see from the comments coming to the screen how beloved professor you are, and the honor and the respect from the students, as we see from the comments. Could you give some your advice for the new applicants who would like to study at the Graduate School of Social Sciences? And as well, I got really motivated, and I believe many students, many viewers who is watching us now got motivated so much and interested so much in this program of innovation and knowledge management. So may you share with us your advices?
Yeah, of course. Okay, so what my recommendations to the applicants are, if they would like to explore themselves, firstly, our curriculums are very ready for them. What I mean about this issue is we have a very flexible curriculum anymore. There are some compulsory courses for every program, maybe 3 or 4 compulsory, and the other 4 courses could be taken electively from the other departments. So taking the elective course from the other departments bring the applicants or the students to improve their skills and abilities in a highly broadened way. That's why I think this is the most important, just only belong to our university, I should say, and the graduate schools as well. And if the applicants need to have a high quality education, our university opportunities are giving them a very large scale of in-campus and out-campus facilities. In-campus facilities means we have so many research centers. We are giving a scholarship to the students. We are letting them chance. To be an assistant, research assistant into the department, and to having a tutorial courses as well. So at the PhD level, we are letting them chance to improve their skills and abilities. So that means we are trying to keep the high quality positions among the other universities within a high ranking in the world. And finally, I should say that if newcomers would like to learn, how do they know what they knew? I would like to repeat it again. If they would like to learn, how do they know what they knew? Social sciences programs are providing them a large variety of opportunities, because what we are doing for them is just to create an opportunity to improve their skills, abilities, professions, information, the level of knowledge, and so on in our universities and the graduate schools. And finally, I should say that I am a conservative social scientist. I am open-minded to the other sciences, but I am a conservative social scientist. And within these perspectives, every social scientist in the world can have a chance to solve the complex problems of the world.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you endless energy. We wish you all the greatest at your work and your personal life. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I also would like to thank you for providing me this opportunity to explain both myself and my graduate schools and my departments as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hopefully see you soon. It was our great honor to have you here today.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you. Bye.
See you soon, Professor. And for our viewers, I would like to thank you as well for joining us today. It was a great honor to have Professor Mustafa Sağsan, Director of Graduate School. You can contact us directly through our social media or via our email address. And it was great opportunity to get more insight into Graduate School of Social Science, especially for the students who is thinking to study master or postgraduate programs. Let me remind you that you can apply directly to our university by our email address. And don't forget that, as Professor also mentioned, that we are offering scholarship, and scholarship admission is going to be open very soon, which is in June. So let's be connected.